These are the materials that were used for each experiment. They were either ordered from Fisher Sy or borrowed from other labs, with the exception of the feedstock. That was bought from Whole Foods. The PPE used was pretty standard. Just nitrile gloves, a lab coat, and lab glasses, and as always, closed-toed shoes and covered skin. Each of the soups was poured into an overall batch and mixed together in order to ensure homogeneous distributions amongst all serum bottles. A graduated cylinder was used to measure out each of the 150 ml volumes, with funnels for pouring in all circumstances to avoid any countertop spills. Paper towels were distributed to maintain an environment that was as clean as possible. Each of the bottles was labeled according to whether or not they were the controls, silica, alumina, or iron oxide using tape and a marker. Ordinarily, I would deposit the catalyst into the bottles first and label after that, but I wanted to switch steps for this experiment because I noticed that as I was cleaning the glassware that both iron oxide and alumina would clump to the bottom of their respective bottles. I wanted to try a different procedure. You have to be careful with iron oxide because it stains and is hard to come off. We had intentions of using a crimp seal, but the compatibility of the seal with the bottles we ordered was falsely advertised, and we had to improvise how to maintain an anaerobic environment. I headed over to True Value to purchase airtight sealant, which ended up working great, but forced us to only rely on single point measurements as opposed to taking measurements all throughout the 5-day period. The bottles were left in the shaker incubator for 5 full days, at the end of which a pressure was taken for each. This was done using a 15 psi pressure gauge attached to a thin metal needle that is inserted at an angle into each rubber stopper. The angle is important so that the needle makes contact with the environment within the bottle. And that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for watching.